It's becoming so hard to believe that CNN is not a Babylon Bee spinoff after what they just did. Everybody grab your bingo boards to see if you have CNN making another Holocaust comparison on it. Any winners?
We woke up to the news this morning that Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida sent 2 plane loads of migrants to Martha's Vineyard off the coast of Massachusetts. This is not a one-for-one. This is not a parallel here in any way. But it does address some of the same themes that are part of this documentary.
Well, it's the abstraction of human life. It's basically saying that you can use a human life that is as valuable as yours or mine or Lynn's, and to put it in a position of becoming a political pawn in somebody's authoritarian game. This is the coming straight out of the authoritarian playbook. This is what's so disturbing about DeSantis, is to use human beings, to weaponize human beings for a political purpose. It's like when somebody disagrees with him in Florida, like the Walt Disney Company, he punishes them. This is not the actions of a person participating in a democratic process in which there's an exchange of ideas. This is about punishing political enemies, putting on political theater.
And right on schedule, CNN cried about it. They were quick to make a Holocaust comparison to illegal immigrants showing up in Martha's Vineyard. The last time I checked, sending illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard is not the same as sending people to a violent death in Nazi Germany. But knowing how the Democrats' agenda goes, that comparison will probably end up in future history textbooks. Sending illegal immigrants by bus or plane across the country is now inhumane and racist, but when Joe Biden did it under the cover of night, it was okay.
What's the difference between Texas busing migrants to D.C. and the federal government flying migrants to, say, New York in the middle of the night in other cities?
It's very different because we're not doing it as using migrants as a political pawn.
Sort of like how the chaos that Joe Biden unleashed at the border isn't a crisis, but as soon as these illegal immigrants show up at your front door, suddenly it's a problem. Democrats have turned a blind eye to the disgrace that is our border for months. Our own border czar even became the laughingstock when she said that the border was secure.
You're confident this border's secure?
We have a secure border.
All those people in D.C. and New York were beating their chests when Trump was president, saying they were so proud to be sanctuary jurisdictions, saying how bad it was to have a secure border. The minute even a small fraction of what those border towns deal with every day is brought to their front door, they all of a sudden go berserk, and they're so upset that this is happening. And it just shows you, their virtue signaling is a fraud.
And also, Democrats, word of advice, find a better comparison. Your Hitler reference is getting old.